wonderful concert, a one-night only concert coming up for us here in just a couple of days at the Shelton High School in the Performing Arts Center. We were just talking about that early this morning, Spencer, with Bluegrass from the Forest, and what a wonderful facility that is. Barbie Nesmith and Jeanette DeAndre in here with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for sitting in and talking with us. And this Thursday, May 23rd, at the High School Performing Arts Center, Point of View is the title of this concert, one night only. Tell us a little bit first about Women of Note. It's the women's singing group for the Harcene Island Community Choir. Is that how it all goes?
Well, Elizabeth Burnt and our friend Suzanne Montgomery actually started it a few years ago and wanted to do a women's group for Shelton, and so they got together, they did auditions and got together a group of women, and we've been singing together for
4 to 5 years.
Yes, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, and the size of the group has fluctuated some from term to term, and so we do 2 terms a year, and so right now we have 12 vocalists in our group.
Very nice. So this Thursday night, Point of View, it's music that helped efforts to end slavery, secure voting rights, shorten wars, promote civil rights, and more. Tell us how you landed upon this topic, this style of music to perform for everybody.
Well, our wonderful director, Elizabeth, is usually the one who's the person who puts together the themes and the topics, and she takes suggestions from us if we have something that we'd like to add to it, but she usually is the catalyst behind the themes for our different programs that we do. So
we listened to some of the songs as I was piecing together the ad for this, and kind of learn more about this. Were these songs familiar to either of you before you started the rehearsals?
Yes, some of them were spirituals that we were familiar with. They are new arrangements for us. So some of them were familiar. Most of them were not.
And Rythmn Sass is going to join you. It's a husband and wife team, Mick McCartney and Laura Short, and you can find them at rythmnsass.com for more information on them. Also, the social media, we'll put the links to that in the show notes. How do they add into the whole fold of the singers?
They are going to accompany us on one of our songs called Love and Justice, and which is actually an anthem from Australia that was written in for the 100-year celebration for the women's right to vote. And so they're going to be joining us on that, and then they are going to be doing 3 songs just themselves, one that they've written, and Laura's actually singing a Joni Mitchell song.
Oh, nice.
So cool. Be interesting.
Wow, that's cool.
It's really a diverse program.
Sure. So you mentioned Australia then, so these songs worldwide as well, or they mostly talk about things happening in America, or?
Well, Love and Justice in particular is talking about women getting their rights to vote. And Australia actually got the right to vote before the United States did. And it took several tries before.
A lot.
I think in the United States it took 43 tries before we were actually able to vote. So that's been an interesting sidestep to that.
Have any of the songs really hit you emotionally as you learned the words and started to sing and perform it in ways that they were once sung at earlier times?
Well, the couple of the ones that we're doing, Get On Board, This Little Light of Mine, are familiar songs to us. And so it was just fun learning a new way to present them. There's one song there's a small group of us doing. Barbie's part of the group that's called Bello, has a lot of body percussion in it. So it's a very interesting song, and maybe Barbie wants to talk a little more about that. But then we have other songs. A song from our opening song, Jerusalem, is, you would think, maybe a Jewish song. but it's actually written by a man from Ireland, based on a Scottish way of singing. So, and then there's another song that we're doing called Kua, that's written by a American girl, but her father immigrated from Palestine, and so it's her point of view of what
Wow.
her life would have been like if she hadn't been able to have the opportunities that were afforded her for being born in the United States. So there's very international feel.
Sure. Barbie, tell me about this bellows and the body percussion.
It's been a lot of fun to learn. Your feet are stomping, your hands are going at different rhythms, and then your voice is also singing. So it's written by Moya Smiley, and she actually gave Elizabeth the music so we could use it in our women's choir and try it out. And so we've spent a lot of hours learning it, but it's been a lot of fun.
One person clapping out of sync.
Yeah,
Messes
right.
up the whole-
You get the whole thing.
There's a lot
There's-
going on in
yeah.
it, so it's really it's a workout just
Sure.
watching it.
I'm sure.
And if one person claps out of rhythm, I don't think you're going to notice.
Will there be little discussions or a primer on the song that folks are about to hear beforehand, where it came from and kind of the history of it as well?
Yes, Elizabeth has written a beautiful program with words in it and details as to what each song was trying to promote, trying to get everyone to understand. So that's something you can take home with you and absorb even later.
Sure.
As well as she's going to be at the concert itself, also talking between some of the songs and giving you a little bit bigger picture, more than what we could put in the
Yeah.
program.
Well, the songs and the concert is this Thursday night at the Shelton Performing Arts Center. It is at 7 o'clock. And again, the high school on Shelton Springs Road. Free for this?
Yes,
Very
we always
nice.
accept donations.
Of course, please make sure you have some donations to give, as the Women of Note have put together along with Rythmn Sass, Point of View, the topic and the program for you here coming up on the 23rd. And then just a note, coming up on Sunday, June 2nd at St. David of Wales, the Maggie Ensemble, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, is the first name for Esther Maggie, the First Lady of Estonian music, will be performing there. Again, that is June 2nd. You can find all this harsteinchoir.org, and there are links to all the concerts under the Concerts tab, as well as other performances and more information. We'll put the links to that in the show notes here when we post this interview online. So it's coming up Thursday for Women of Note and Point of View here at the high school. Thanks for coming and telling us about this, Jeanette and Barbie. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank
filling
you.
in at the last minute on that one. We'll take a break now. We'll be back after this. It's